what's the long game for big data? Where do you see all this going?
The broad technology trend here is this layer of data-driven artificial intelligence that's part of the digital and the physical world. So you see intelligence built into more and more things. And I do think this notion of intelligent assistance a la her or something is absolutely where we're headed from a personal standpoint. But it should increase productivity, reduce energy. You don't have to build as many coal-fired oil, power plants around the world. You don't have, as they always say in utilities, that the cheapest plant I ever built was the one I didn't have to build. It's that kind of, the population is still increasing around the world, so you ought to be able to produce more food on less land. I mean, it's
right.
a lot of very positive things, because both the technology and also the economics make it possible to do some of these things that you couldn't before. As they say in economics, there's no economics, there's only political economics. So this technology also, is gaps between rich and poor.
Right.
Right? I mean, the top 5% or whatever, and forget the 1%, but, because that's so politically loaded. But it really, if you look at these things, the top 20%, right, in incomes, and it goes with education and so forth. It's, in this world where it's fine to say everybody should move up and do these higher order tasks, but you lose the kind of jobs, as we already have with manufacturing. You lose the kind of jobs that were ladders to the middle class for people with high school educations, and that's not going to happen much anymore. And so you do have this. I mean, this has got nothing to do with this. This is a trend that's been going on for a long time.
Yeah.
This technology does not make that, only accelerates, can only accelerate that. I mean, as opposed to not. But I think there'll always be things that, we'll need people for. But there are different kinds, it's more minding the machines. And whether that, this whole debate since for hundreds of years that technology was going to eliminate jobs and stuff is coming back again. It hasn't proved accurate in the past because it created new jobs in other areas, right? It used to be at the end of World War II, sort of half of the population was engaged in manufacturing at the turn, and now it's like 7%.
Right.
Turn of the century, 80% of people worked on farms. Now it's 3% or something.
Right.
It's not so. This sort of the labor market Armageddon that people have predicted for hundreds of years hasn't come to pass, but this does raise those issues in a new way.